This video will be about perfect passive participles for Transfer Latin. You're already familiar with participles in both English and Latin. Let's look at some examples. Participles are verbs that are acting like adjectives in a sentence. She smiled at the sleeping baby. The dog, having been fed, fell asleep. Can you see the participles in these two sentences? Both sleeping and having been fed are verbs acting like adjectives in these sentences. Let's look at she smiled at the sleeping baby. Sleeping is the participle. In fact, it's a present active participle, which you already know how to form in Latin. Sleeping from the verb dormire. We'll take the infinitive, dormire, and we'll cut off the re. Then we'll add ens to form the nominative. Dormient will be the stem for the other cases. Now, let's look at the perfect passive participle. This was in the sentence, the dog, having been fed, fell asleep. Having been fed is the participle. Let's look at the same sentence in Latin. Canis pastus dormivit. Pastus is the participle. Pastus comes from the verb pascere. Pascere means to feed. And notice that pastus is the fourth principal part. Now we can change this depending on what we want. Suppose we had a female dog. We would change the ending to pasta. Or, if the noun dog was accusative, we could change the ending on the participle to pastam to reflect that accusative noun. Let's look at this perfect passive participle declined in its entirety. Here are the masculine endings. Us, I, o, o, I, orum, is, os, is. And here are the feminine endings. A, I, am, a, arum, is, as, is. These should seem very familiar to you. They're just the first and second declension endings. So let's review. Perfect passive participles come from the fourth principal part, decline like first, second declension adjectives, match their nouns in case, number, and gender just like an adjective, and are translated having been verb. For more information about perfect passive participles, review the About the Language section posted to your Google Classroom page. If you still have questions, you should also post those to your Google Classroom page. Until next time.